Well, right, maybe not right now. Uh, Traveling alone with white friends can tend to end badly. When you're the only black male, all black female, everybody around you Caucasian. Y'all going out on these trips, boating trips, camping trips, hiking trips, uh, going out the country with just you and all white friends, your white friends. Um, Having adult pajama party sleepovers, just you. Um, by now, I've heard all kinds of stories this is going on, and as the making of this video, Nolan Wells had his body has been found uh, in that Home Island in Mississippi. In Mississippi, it don't matter. People will make big deal that it happened in Mississippi. Those other places, I'm gonna name y'all. I'll just go and Google these. I can't remember the people's names, but they've been putting their names all over TikTok and YouTube and Facebook. But let me give y'all some examples. Then know that it happened in the state of Mississippi. Mississippi, it just sucks on its own. So this is just this right here can't just be pinned on Mississippi. Please like, share, and subscribe, y'all. And so, y'all remember the black boy who went to Greece? Him and I think two white men or three white and a black female. It was at this university. We attended WI, and they all went, I guess, for spring break to Greece, one of the whitest countries in Europe. And you can go look at the video. Just say black male killed in Greece while with friends. This black male, and from his PWI, went to Greece with his white friends, female and two white males, and they were in this nightclub and some white dudes in Greece came up to the white boys in Greece, and we're doing like, yeah, kind of punking them out. And so the black male decides to jump in front of them and play Superman. No, it's all in the video. He's like, hey, what y'all doing to my friends? Next thing you know, one of the white boys hauled off and punched him in the face. And then they broke out into this brawl. Well, he ran one way, they chased him and his white friend, two white male friends and a white female, they ran somewhere else. And next thing you know, he finds himself running out of the club alone. And about 10 guys, white guys, chased him, a whole crowd chased him down the street until he lost his balance and ran into a car. And all these white men stomped him to death. That's in Greece. And guess what? They all flew home without his stuff and didn't have any answers for his parents or anybody. And this happened like a couple of years ago, or maybe more. And they still have not said exactly what happened, what's going on. And I found it to be amazing. Okay, let's go to another case. Jamaican dude, black dude, Jamaican. He went hunting with his white co-workers or his white friends. They went to the woods. Now, from what I understand, his wife begged him, honey, don't go with them. He decided, try to be cool with honey with them white men. And when they got there, they treated him like it's a movie Ice-T was in. He was being hunted down like an animal. They hunted him down. He's running for his life, and they killed him. Yeah? Oh, y'all want another one? How about this black female? I think it happened in Georgia. She went to an adult pajama party sleepover. Her and her white friend. They got the pictures all over. The pictures up. And she, oh yeah, they didn't know what happened either. And so now this black female sitting there cheesing, all her white friends. Supposed to be in an all-female pajama party. Next thing you know, according to the story, the husband showed up. And next thing you know, the next morning, all of a sudden, she's raped and killed. Nobody knows what happened. Nobody knows what happened. Here we go now. You see, who else? Now, leave out anybody. It's some more that made the news. Let me see, the Greek boy, the woman, the Jamaican guy, and the black Jamaican, and now this young boy, 18-year-old. Here you go, him, he is off with his white friends. So when we looked at the pictures, it was just him and maybe not that many blacks at this Mississippi island or beach. So, and of course, when the gaslight black America, the liberal whites and the goddamn black conservatives, everything about race, you're a goddamn lie. This is America. We've accepted it. We understand it. As much as y'all try to ignore the racial history of this country, the more it comes back to being ass. I'm not saying we can't be civil, because that's what the civil rights movement was about. It wasn't about equality. Those bootlicks and boulets and black Greeks and homosexuals fought for America to be civil with us. They didn't fight for human rights. Malcolm X was talking about human rights, and they went the other route. They said, well, just be civil with a few trinkets. And that's what the civil rights leaders of the black Greeks, the black gays, and the black preachers fought for. They overrode what Malcolm X was fighting for, what Marcus Garvey talked about, what Elijah Muhammad about it. Everybody else got it? Okay. So now here we are now. Yeah, and also this so-called post-racial era under Obama, blah blah blah. Look, man, no one's no more cooler than anybody with anybody be. And I'm even gonna say this. You know, they want to say, well, he was young and all this, but he young in 2026. And things ain't changed. Act like the stuff is over. It's not. Stuff is still going on. And I saw a young brother on TikTok said, a young man on TikTok said, flat out said, I ain't got no sympathy for the guy. But we've been telling y'all, don't be, but y'all keep doing it. And so here's some of the results. Keep on having these all white friends. You black, you ain't got number mostly white friends. And you go out on vacation with them. Oh yeah, don't forget the football player. Yeah, I forgot about him, that football player. He knew that her parents hated him. He went out there to Colorado or Indiana, one of those far out ass places from his PWI. Went on vacation with her, him, her, I guess some her brothers or whatever. They went on a boating trip. All of a sudden, everybody came back except for him. He utterly drowned. No answers. Nobody couldn't tell his folks nothing. I'll tell y'all, can't make this shit up. Yeah, I almost forgot about him. And the shit keep going on. Continues to happen. But we so busy trying to prove to the dominant culture, white folks, that we're not racist. All right, well, keep on, sacrifice your life. Prove to them that you ain't like the rest of us. Self-loving and self-protecting. Let's keep on. So, here we are today, this young man in Mississippi. See, I named a lot of places other than Mississippi where this stuff happens. But I'm gonna go somewhere with this story, with my commentary, my observation, that everybody else has touched on everything. Black people, protect yourselves, or you shouldn't be doing this. And now everybody's saying, now they got all these videos talking about, well, be more careful now. More careful now, huh? And our scholars been talking to us for over 100 years. Dr. John Henry Clark told us we have no friends. But y'all still trying to delve into the rainbow. Go ahead, keep doing it. And then, of course, black women for allies. We need our allies. Okay, your allies are killing your children. So, having said that, I want to point the finger at a group of folks. No one deserves to die. Let me say, none of us deserve to die. But even as ignorant and as silly as we are, we don't need to die like that. But I've always said the reason a lot of our people are suffering because we stopped reading books in 1998. We stopped reading the books that kept us protected. The books by our scholars. Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Claude Anderson, Dr. John G. Jackson, and Franz Fanon, and who else? Dr. Julia Hare, Dr. Joy Leary, and Dr. Amos Wilson. We stopped reading our books. We stopped reading the books that our scholars wrote as a guide on how to successfully survive in America. We stopped reading them. We got down with the rainbow. And here we are, still going through the same old shit over and over, trying to cry the same old tears. But this time, people are not like, oh, there's my water, yeah, by the way. People don't give a shit. People are like, we over that. I saw one lady on TikTok saying, we ain't doing no protests about a Negro. You folks, we keep telling y'all these people like that, y'all keep doing it. And so I'm finna go somewhere else with it. I'm gonna blame the parents. Of course no one should die, but to all you parents, you black parents out there who take your kids away from black people and put them in these white situations. You send them to these little private white Christian schools and get their head fucked up. You send them to PWIs. You move into the white suburb where y'all the only black family, y'all feel so proud. Then you send them to middle schools, elementary school, they the only black and a few Asians and a couple of Hispanics, but mainly Asians and white folks. And then your son or daughter is the transformation psychologically to complete Oreo is complete. And so therefore, in that stage of Oreo, they have complete trust for their white counterparts. Even accepted a few off-color colored jokes. Oh, they're not serious. They're not being serious. And why is everything about race? You hear all the Oreo blacks always get upset when race comes up. It's all about love. It's not about people. It's not about skin color. It's not about skin color. And so y'all know who you are. Now, I'm not downing you because you became successful. You did so much and you start making more than 6 figures and you want to move to what's called a better neighborhood. But how come when we say better, everything always means white? Malcolm X and our scholars talked to us about this nonsense a long time ago. We used to say, we believe that the white man's ice is colder. We do. Everything white folks do, we want to be there with them. Instead of taking that same strategy and using it with each other. But y'all say the Willie Lynch letter is not a real document. Okay. I got a copy of it. If anybody wants a copy of my Willie Lynch letter, cash at me $5 and I'll send you a copy of $5.20 because you get charged, I think, or $5.50. Yeah, and I'll send you a copy of mine. And with your Cash App, please submit an email address. And I'll give you a copy. I have a good copy of the Willie Lynch letter. And if you want a copy of my black book list, I'll give you a copy of that for free. If you buy it, if you Cash App, $5 for the Willie Lynch letter, I'll give you a copy of my Rico's Black Book List for free. I mean, you can just have it. I'll email you a copy. So send me an email with that Cash App. $ Rico Rivers MSW. Yeah. All right. So, yeah. Y'all parents right here, some of y'all, some of you graduated from HBCUs, but send your child to PWIs. Some of your children are LGBT. And you got white gay lovers. They ain't got no black gay lovers. Y'all tripping. That's why this shit is going on. It ain't because of people like me always talking about race. But I know y'all are seeing it right now. About me talking about it. All white people ain't like that. Well, seem to be the ones that your children hang out with. They ass coming up missing. And I'm sure that little black boy, when you show the videos, you'll see maybe 2 or 3 blacks in his videos where he's supposed to be having fun. And I don't think that boy was actually all the way black because his mother looks Asian. His mama looked Asian. So in his mind, he probably thought he was... Y'all don't want me to go that deep, do you? I'm telling you, boy. Black folks, if they can look just like me and you. They try to escape this black man as quick as Speedy Gonzalez. Any excuse. No, I'm not black. No, you know what the Dominicans say? I'm not black. Well, there are a lot of black folks who feel the same. We don't let them have not even a fingernail full of something else. Just a fingernail full, they'll claim it. And so we have a lot of this going on psychologically. And we start making these bad choices. Because we're trying to be other. I'm not saying what that young man was. I'm just saying I looked at the picture of his mother. His mother looked like she was Asian. Southeast Asian, one of them darker Asians, or maybe she was Hispanic. Something like that, because I said, wait a minute. Yeah, I pay attention to stuff like that. Y'all just like the glaze over thing, and they say ignorance is bliss. Y'all like living that bliss for ignorance. Okay, cool. But when stuff happens, all of a sudden, we want answers. Well, I'm tell you what the answers. You know, as a social worker, I deal with prevention. I try to tell you before you make that mistake, and then after you make that choice to make that mistake, I like, okay, well, then take that L. A lot of y'all, you black parents, you think because you're married racially or you move into an all-white neighborhood, send your kids to black, private white Christian school with number of white folks now, they put the white Jesus in their head. You think you done something somewhere better, and your child just is messed up in the head. Don't like nothing about him except for just you, but they don't like his race. She doesn't like her race. I see it all the time. Black girl, one black girl having to be dark skinned. No, good dark skin, look very foundational black American black. But she hang with Becky and maybe one Marisol and maybe one Mylene. Most of them white girls. You can't tell who the white girl is. If you close your eyes, you can tell who the white girl was or is. Because your little black daughter be, yeah, my mom, my dad. I asked my dad the other day if he, terrible. And then your son, you got these goofy ass Carlton Banks sons, raising to be like that. You look at that, oh, I'm so proud of my son. He make sure. See, a lot of your parents, y'all don't want to bring no dog kids home, actual black children home, because you a self-hater too, parent. Yeah. So you want to see that high yelling mix. Well, there you go. He did it. Y'all put him out there. And no, I'm not saying that young man, anything should have happened to him. I'm just going to feel like everybody else is. We don't know. All the facts haven't come out. So we all having a conversation based on observation. So don't y'all get to talking crazy. Y'all know what y'all talking about. Y'all need to wait for all the facts. All right, well, they gonna come out. But still, when we get through talking, I want y'all also look at this picture on this thumbnail that I have, a picture of him with his white friends. They all posed up. And there's a couple other pictures that I need y'all to go find to look at. What is with black men, young black men, older black men, when they're hanging out with their white friends, they do the most suspect poses. All right, something out. And that picture of him and all his 4 friends, why is that white male got his arm on that man's upper thigh? On the black man's, the white male got his arm on his upper thigh. And then you have another picture, both got their shirts off because they're swimming, obviously. But why they hug each other around their naked waist? Because we don't know, bro, black men, we can be swimming or whatever. We still do fist to fist or maybe top shoulder to shoulder. We don't hug around the like they do, hug around the waist. And I want y'all to also go back to that picture of him on there with those boys, the other 3 white boys. And then y'all go back and find a picture of, y'all remember Andrew Gillum? The one who was running for governor? Was he running for governor of Florida? And he lost. And not long after that, he was caught in the room with some numbing cream full of cocaine and alcohol on the floor, thrown up naked with the muscular white male nurse in there and another white man. I want y'all to look at that picture of Andrew Gillum. He on there with his white male friends. Now, this is before we knew he was a fruity booty. But in there, just like the same pose, them hoochie daddy shorts, and the spread eagle next to each hugged up on each other. Andrew Gillum got the same picture as Nolan Wells' picture. I'll tell y'all, but y'all don't pay attention. Just friends. Who's another one? If y'all familiar with the internet, this Myron Gaines fella. It's from Sudan. He hates blacks. No, fresh and fit. He also has a picture that's very suspect. Him and white friends, white male friends. He laid up, cuddled in the arms of one of his white male friends. How come when these little Oreo black males have all friends, they do these suspect or sus poses in their pictures? They do the weirdest stuff. And if you're a black male who's ever gone to high school or middle school with white males and stuff, you know that they always play these little weird games. If you're an athlete, you're a black athlete and on a team made with a lot of white guys, y'all know they play the most sus games. And then you know, when you know your child, your son has been transformed completely into an Oreo, he feels very comfortable in those sus poses and those sus positions and playing those sus games. But anyway, young brother, and I see there's a little movement going on where they're telling black folks, y'all Y'all kind of chill out on going on these little getaways by yourself. They're not saying don't go out on getaways with white folks. They're saying don't you be the only sprinkle of black pepper in the bowl of rice. It could save your life one day. It's your man Rico. Rico the Opinionist. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.